Hi first graders, I'm here out on my front porch enjoying the beautiful weather with Cohen. He's sleeping, so I'm going to read chapter 3 of Junie B. Jones' One Man Band. Before I get started though, I do want to remind you about what happened last time. So last time, the setting was the classroom. The talking characters were Junie, her teacher Mr. Scary, the school nurse Mrs. Weller, and some of her classmates like Sheldon and Herbert. And the problem was that Junie's heavy dictionary fell on her already sore piggy toe. They tried to resolve that problem by getting Mrs. Weller, the school nurse, in a bag of ice. But a new problem happened when Sheldon was talking about his own smashed piggy toe, fell out of his seat, and bumped his head. And so thank you to those of you who wrote in your Junie B journals about your very bad day. And I hope today you're having a great day. And I'll have a new prompt for you after reading chapter 3, which is called More Bad News. So I'm guessing Junie's days aren't getting any better. Ready? Mother came to get me from school that day. She said she would drive me and Sheldon home so we wouldn't have to take the bus. I walked to the parking lot, very limping. Sheldon was still wearing the ice bag on top of his head. My, it must have been quite a day in room 1, said Mother. Sheldon did a sigh. I've had better, he said. After that, both of us got in the back seat and we buckled our seatbelts. Safety first. Sheldon, quick, put his window down. Mother turned around. Gee, I don't know, Sheldon, she said. That's going to be a lot of wind on you, don't you think? I like wind, said Sheldon. Wind makes my cheeks flap. Mother stared at him a second. Okie doke, she said, kind of quiet. Then she turned back around and she started the car and we drove out of the parking lot. Sheldon leaned his head close to the window and he tilted his head into the rushy air. He opened his mouth so the wind flapped his cheeks. Both of us started to laugh. Only just then, a little bit of trouble happened because Mother went around a corner, kind of woozy, and Sheldon's head got tilted even further, and whoosh, the ice bag flew out the window. Sheldon sat very still after that. Finally, he closed the window, and he drummed his fingers on the seat. Today isn't really going that good for me, he said. I nodded. Then I patted his arm. Because sometimes I understand that boy perfectly well. That night, I tossed and I turned in my bed because my toe did not like things touching it. That's why. Not even the sheet. Only here is the worstest part of all, because the next morning when I took off my covers, my whole entire toenail was black. I did a scream at that terrible sight. Mother and Daddy came running. Junie B., what on earth is the matter? Said Mother. My toe is the matter. My toe is the matter, I hollered back. Look, look, look. I held at my foot for Mother to see. Oh my, she said. The doctor said this might happen. Your toenail has a bad bruise on it. I wrinkled my eyebrows at her. A bruise, I said. That's all it is? It's just a bruise? Mother nodded. Yes, it's just a bruise, Junie B., she said. But I'm afraid it's going to be a little painful to wear shoes for a while. Daddy sat down next to me. Don't worry, though, honey, he said. As soon as it grows out, it will look normal again. He pointed to his bare foot. I mean, look at mine. I've bruised my big toenail many times over the years, but it's always grown out, good as new. See? I looked at it, and I made a face. Daddy's big toenail is not attractive. Just then, tears came into my eyes. I touched my toe very gentle. Ow, ow, ow. It hurts even worser than yesterday, I said. And so now what am I supposed to do? Because I don't even want to wear sandals to school again. On account of sandals don't protect your toes from getting hurt. Mother thought for a minute. Then she went to my closet and she got out my old red sneakers and she cut a hole in the top of one of them with my scissors. She held it up for me to see. Ta-da! She said, real singy. And what do you know? The hole was right where my sore piggy toe would be. Mother helped me put on my red socks. Then she slid the holy sneaker on my foot very careful. And surprise, surprise, it didn't even hurt hardly. After breakfast, Mother drove me to school again. Only at first, when I went to my room, I felt kind of shy about my sneaker hole, and so I snuck to my seat and I showed it to my friend Herb in private. And guess what? Herbert's whole face lighted up. "A window?" he said. "You've got a window in your shoe." I did a giggle at that idea. Yeah, I said. "A piggy toe window." Just then, Sheldon came hurrying into room 1. He had a shiny red Band-Aid on his forehead. He stood in the front of the room, and he pointed to it with his fingers. "No one touch this, please," he said real loud. He turned to Mr. Scary. "Even though I came back to school today, I'm still not totally right up here," he said. Mr. Scary nodded. "Oh, yes, Sheldon. I'm very aware of that," he said. Sheldon kept on talking. "I probably shouldn't play in the kickball tournament on Friday either," he said. "'Cause what if I'm standing at home plate and a ball starts rolling at me and then it hits a rock and it bounces up and it smacks me in the Band-Aid and I get a bump on top of my bump." He did a little shiver. "Double bumps would not be good," he said. Mr. Scary looked at him. "No, Sheldon, double bumps would not be good. But don't worry. Between now and then, I'm sure we can come up with something else you can do in the tournament." After that, Mr. Scary glanced over at me. "And don't you worry either, Junie B," he said. "We'll think of something else you can do too, okay?" I raised my eyebrows at that guy. "Yeah, but I don't want to do something else, Mr. Scary," I said. "I want to play in the kickball game. I've been practicing really hard." Mr. Scary smiled, kind of sad. "Yes, I'm sure you have, Junie B," he said, "but your toe is already sore, and I doubt if you'll feel like kicking a ball with it by Friday." I sat there a minute, because I never even thought of that problem before. All of a sudden, my shoulders felt very slumping. I put my head down on my desk and I hid under my sweater, because now I would never be the star of the kickball tournament, and that had been the happiest daydream of my life. And we'll stop there because next is chapter 4. Be looking for a journal prompt to go with your Junie B journals. Have fun writing and enjoy some time in the sun too. Bye, guys.